Hello, BookTube, coming to you from the grotto. I've got some books, one new, and all the rest are thrift store books from Listen Thrift Store up in West Love, New Hampshire. $1 a piece. A lot of you seen me get books out of there. I have not been there in a long time because I've been trying to get new bookshelves and get things organized around here, but I just was in the mood. Sometimes you just got to hunt for books. And that's what it is. It's a hunt. And I did really well today. But before that, I went to BJ's Warehouse because we had to pick up some food and stuff. And I got this new. I didn't even know it was out. And I was excited to see it. So I did. I paid $17 for it, and the list price is $27. So, at the Warehouse Club, it was a good price. And it's this thing. David McCullough, History Matters, with a foreword by John Meacham, edited by Dory McCullough Lawson and Michael Hill. What the heck's this? Got a little ding of paper on the bottom. I don't know what that was. There's his house. Simon & Schuster. And this is published when? Wow. 2025, so it's brand new. This is a little writing shed. And he's got a section, Why History, another section with articles, Figures in a Landscape. Part 3 is Influences, and Part 4 is On Writing. If you want to freeze your video there for a minute, you can probably see all the different things. I know that it is illustrated to some degree. Some of them are interviews, some of them are articles. I thought I saw some pictures in here, but maybe not. Anyhow, anything Dave McCullough does, I've always liked. And I was just thrilled to find this. So, yeah, those of you who like his work, read his book on John Adams, on 1776, on Truman. There's one on the Brooklyn Bridge, Panama Canal. Great writer. Entertaining. Very, very, very serious fella who's no longer with us. So that was a new book. Now let me show you what I got that's used. And I'll start off with some paperbacks. Have a little drink of my lemonade. Now I have read this, but I didn't have a copy, and this thing's like brand new. The Lies of Locke Lamora. Not even creased. So this is by Scott Lynch. It's just a really good fantasy story. Scott Lynch's first book. An orphan's life is harsh and often short in the mysterious island city of Comar. But young Locke Lamora dodges death and slavery, becoming a thief under the tutelage of a gifted con artist, the leader of the band of light-fingered brothers known as the Gentlemen Bastards. So, I thought I'd get a copy. I may reread it, but not this year. The list of stuff is too long. Then I got, I got all three of them. I got, let's see here. When did these come out? These all had the Larry Elmore covers. These came out in 1986. But it's like the 12th printing, so it doesn't really matter much. But I do like these. This is Dragonlance Legends, Time of the Twins. Love the covers. That's volume 1. Test of the Twins is volume... Oh, wait a minute, that's volume 6. So The War of the Twins, volume 2. And then The Test of the Twins, volume 3. So I really love reading these. Good, easy entertainment. But what I got that might be the deal of the day, I've never seen it before. And I got home, I go, it's a sort of an odd thing. It's sort of cool. Let me just look it up on eBay. So I got it for $1. I've seen it listed from 40 to 50 to $60, 75, 119. You know how eBay is. Everything's all over the place. But none of them wanted $1. It's the history of Dragonlance, being the notes, journals, and memorabilia of Krynn, edited by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. Good shape. Oh, here, I'll give you some idea what this thing's like. Yeah, I say that and then can't find the pages again. I like these sort of things that go with series and stuff. So I'll be going through this and having a great one. Let's see, TSR Limited. When it was sold new, it was $18.95. I wouldn't have paid that either, but for $1, I'll take it. And it's a catalog of reference. Has hymns, has music. Yeah, it's just sort of a neat, odd thing. Lost Tapestry. The cover again is one of those Larry Elmore covers that I like. All right. So now we'll get out of that a little bit. Then a Faber book, an old Faber paperback. This is a Faber book of epigrams and epitaphs, edited with an introduction by Jeffrey Grigson. I always grab stuff like this. Just for $1, I can look through it and have fun, you know. I am His Highness's dog at Kew. Pray tell me, sir, whose dog are you? No. Yep. This next one is really cool. I love the British TV show Time Team, the archaeology show. Just brilliant. And in time, you get to know the archaeologists and the crew, and just great fun. And now you can watch them full episodes on YouTube for free. And they just fundraise, and that's how they keep the show going. And they do really good stuff all over England. And occasionally they'll go other places, but usually it's just around England. But it's fine, because there's plenty to find there. And I found this. Francis Pryor. Scenes from Prehistoric Life, from Ice Age to the Coming of the Romans. Gorgeous cover. You can see it's got a little ribbon marker. Really nice fabric on it. And it's an Apollo book, and it says Head of Zeus. And this is from 2021. And for those of you who watch Time Team, it's that gentleman, Francis. So, my British friends, if you know about this book, please tell me. It does have illustrations. Let me see. I'm just so excited to find that. I really like him. He's really fun. Let's see, yeah, here's a... So, I didn't know anything of... It says he's written like 15 books, I think. So, I'm very excited about this. This is my kind of book. My buddy Sean D. Standfast would like that book, too. Probably easier for him to find being over in England. This next one's a maritime historical novel. It's called Australian Classics, and it's My Love Must Wait, the story of Matthew Flinders, by Ernestine Hill. Any of my friends in Australia know about this, or anywhere else for that matter, please let me know. I couldn't resist it. Look at that cover. Did they tell us who did the cover? It's just gorgeous. Look at it. They got a whole list of Australian classics in here. The cover is taken from a painting, The Battle of the Glorious 1st of June, 1794, by P.J. de Lutherberg, with the permission of the National Maritime Museum and Greenwich Hospital Collection. Here's a list of other titles in this series. Again, you can just stop your video if you want to read through it. I've never seen this series before. There's the inside dust jacket. There's a little note on here from whoever left this book to somebody, which I'm fine. I love stuff like that. Lloyd O'Neill, first published in 1941. This edition published in 1971, excuse me, by Lloyd O'Neill Limited, Victoria, Australia. This is cool. So if it is an Australian classic, which it says it is, and anybody knows about this, let me know. I was really excited. I love maritime fiction anyway, so we got some sea battles coming and some ships. Then go in a totally different direction, the American West. This thing is by Robert M. Utley, a short, Billy the Kid, A Short and Violent Life. Great cover again. Look at that. All haunting, right? And this was University of Nebraska Press, Lincoln and London. 1989. It's a second printing of 1989. So, I always like stuff about the Old West. It's always fun. No. Not done yet. This one here, I can't wait to get to the next section. This one here is Lives and Letters by Robert Gottlieb, the famous journalist. So it's short pieces. In the world of literature, there's a section. It's Charles Dickens and his many biographers, James Thurber, John Steinbeck's mysterious reputation, Rudyard Kipling's narrative genius, and Gottlieb edited a Kipling volume. The controversies surrounding Bruno Bettelheim and Elia Kazan. Mino Drouet, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Child prodigy poet, famous in her day, now lost to history, so she won't get mad because she doesn't know that I can't pronounce her name. Marjorie Kennan Rollins and her moving decades-long relationship with her editor, Maxwell Perkins, whose summer house is right down the road from me. A section on In Theater and Dance, Isadora Duncan and Margot Fontaine, Dalgliev and Bankhead, Bernhardt and Deuce. And then in Hollywood, Bing Crosby and Judy Garland. The silent film megastars Douglas Fairbanks and Lillian Gish. Another Sean D. Stanfest interest there. He loves silent movies. Katharine Hepburn and her biographers A. Scott Berg. And then Mae West and Anna May Wong, two great Hollywood signifiers. What is a Hollywood signifier? Somebody will tell me. And then in New York, it has Fashions, Diana Vreeland, Judith Krantz on Sex and Shopping, the New York Ballet, and anywho. So there's Mr. Gottlieb, and these are all short pieces. I tend to pounce around in these. I don't, depending on how good the writing is. I know Robert Gottlieb, but depending on what kind of interest I have, sometimes I'll finish them, but a lot of times I just pick out the ones I like. These next three books all go together, in a way. And I've owned them all. The first one I'm going to show you, I owned in a paperback back in the probably early 70s. And, of course, it has long since passed away. This is The Silent World by Jacques Cousteau and Frederick Dumas. It's a National Geographic adventure classic. And this is a wonderful, wonderful story. For those of you who remember who Jacques Cousteau was, there's a great picture. The invention of the aqualung, all the deep sea shows we used to watch. God, I think it was on Saturday or Sunday. I thought it was on the weekend we would watch them, The Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau. And it was so cool. And I used to have the paperback of this. I've never had a hardback, and I'm very, very glad to have this. This is a very cool thing to have. But then I found two of his books that I did have at one time. I used to have a bunch of these, and I wish I still had them. So if I keep seeing them, I'll keep getting them. This is the Undersea Discoveries of Jacques Cousteau. It's a series. The first one here is 3 adventures: Galapagos, Titicaca, which is the lake high up in South America, and then the Blue Holes. And these things are oversized. There's Jacques Cousteau right there. They have big sections of photographs. Let me get that glare. I just gotta figure that out in this room. And then they have like on the here's some. There's Grand Adventures. Then on different kind of paper in the back, they'll have some stuff. So I got this one, and then I got Life and Death in a Coral Sea. Both of these are by Jacques Cousteau and Philippe D'Oyle. Look at that. And wasn't he called the Admiral of the Mediterranean Sea or something? That was his title. He's a Frenchman, obviously. You have maps. Show you what they're doing. I mean, this stuff was all just mind-blowing when I was a kid because it was so new. You know, I know we see more of it nowadays, but that's why. I mean, look at that. That would have been a shocking picture to us in a beautiful way. And then in the back on the different kind of paper, of course, more detailed stuff. So I'm just thrilled with these. So 3 Jacques Cousteaus. Just fantastic. That Dragonlance guidebook, whatever the heck that thing was. I'll have to look through it. I hate to tell people on eBay it's only worth $1 because that's what I paid. So anyhow, I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, a little book haul from the grotto. Thanks.